Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream today. I'm super excited to chat with you guys because today we're going to be learning about something magical. It's how to use the new Notions Formulas 2.0 in your own systems, in your own Notion systems. And we're going to show you one really great hack and one great trick, really, to help you solve all your different Notion formula needs. And that's how we do it with ChatGPT. So today what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the entire journey of like why Notion formula matters, Notion formulas, what you can do with them, right? And then specifically within our own systems, we have the whole gamification template in Notion. And we want to show you how we're going to revamp all the old formulas that we used. And I'm going to tell you, we use all the extents and the wide range of all the different ways to kind of use formulas in our projects. And I'm going to show you how they can all be revamped using Notion Formulas 2.0, the things that you'll save with that process, the time that you'll save, the properties that you don't have to use anymore, and just really have a good time and show you how it's all done. And hopefully you can build something amazing for yourself as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. As always, I like to go into the why, what, and how when we go into any sort of build. So it's really super easy for anyone to be able to follow along and understand really for themselves, like what exactly they can get out of this live stream. So the why is very simple. We have Notion Formulas 2.0 updates, and we want to make sure that we benefit as much as we can from the new changes. And there's a lot of really fundamentally really good changes that have come up, so we really want to make sure that we are having them there, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about what Notion formulas can be used for, identify existing formulas that we have inside our gamification system, and then ideally we go ahead and ensure that the formulas are updated and benefit from the latest changes. Identify what specifically has changed, and then we're going to do these things. So also we're going to do this in the how, I guess. We're going to identify existing formulas, we're going to ensure they're updated, but also I want to show we're going to pre-prompt ChatGPT with the Notion formula information so that it is ready to help us execute on it, right? Simple as that. Help us execute. Okay. Perfect. So let's go ahead and start. We want to really just make sure that we talk about what Notion formulas can be used for. So actually, I had a live stream, I think, back in the day to talk about really what Notion formulas are used for. But basically, they're used for three things, right? One is we want to calculate something. So calculate information. The other one is we want to transform information. And I'm going to give you examples for everything, by the way. Calculate information, transform information, and I'm going to show you inside our system. So let's go to our components. Typically, we have this best under our leaderboard. So we can go to leaderboard and check it out. So leaderboard right here, and then we're going to go ahead and check out just any of these. So you can see that there's some points here that we have earned. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, so you see anything with this summation symbol is a formula, right? So you can see that when I quote it with title, it means that all I'm doing is just I'm adding a little text to it that adds a little prefix or a suffix, right? Either way, you can use that. So basically, you can use it, in my case, I use it as a title, right? As a form of a title. So I use it as a form of title so that it enables me to be able to go ahead and add additional information. Here you can see in the property where we can see more information like that. We can also transform information to make it look like a progress bar, even though Notion already provides progress bars now, but I can also talk about that. So calculate transform information is, so titles, progress bars, etc. Right? So that's a really good way to use it. Another way we use it is we use it to grab information and summate it. So for example, we go ahead and we have this thing for, let's see, it's under all these things. Yeah. So we see gold earned, gold spent, and then we calculate a level, for example, right? So that we can calculate, summarize information, or yeah, just I guess calculate information, some information across different properties. Okay, so typically those are the two main things that we use formulas for. We also use formulas for one more thing, which is just could put like a static number. So for example, XP to level, that's just a static number, and we want to put it like that because it makes it so that in any page, right, it's going to be the same number. So typically if you just have a I guess a property, then the property can actually change per page, right? So if you go to your avatar versus my friend, like this type could be different, and different information could be different. And if you don't use a formula instead, you can't standardize something. So we can also standardize a property value, right? So it ensures that a number or text is standard across the entire database for that property. Okay, cool. So I want to show you also like how I go through information and then how I basically would try to understand it. So if I go to the formulas 2.0 and I can see that, hey, it breaks down what it means for me as a formulas power user. So I'll also do a quick read through it actually, but I'm going to show you already from this step how we can simplify things. So I'm going to first just Control A, right, or Command A if you're on Notion. Sorry, if you're on Windows. And then if you go to ChatGPT, right, you can just paste. So you can say, hey, I am trying to learn and understand the new Notion formulas 2.0. Here is the raw page data. I will be sending a few more pages as well. So here we have all the information. And let's see what it's talking about now. Okay, so there's multi-line editing. That's super important. Rich data outputs. That's super important as well. And then we have dynamic property access. That's great. So basically, we can now have a list of information instead of just getting one specific information. That's great. We can pull data from the workspace level. That's great as well. We can create local variables. Super important. I think we should note that down. So and create local variables. So we don't need to repeat a formula again and again. I have a really good example for this actually. So if I go back to my components inside my success plan, and I'm going to go grab a success plan for tutorials. So for example, I'm going to open up just one of these. I have this really annoying thing that I had to do, which every time I wanted to repeat something, I needed to create a formula to basically have that information stored in a property instead of a variable and then reference it. So this will save us a lot of properties. That's perfect. What's another thing? So we can get rich data outputs. That's useful for us as well. Reference properties on related databases. That's super useful to us. So I'm going to talk about that as well. I'm going to show you how that's done. And then what we can do here is we can go ahead and rich data outputs. I think we have use for it, but we'll get back to that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we have a few things that we already know that we want to do, and I'm also now going to add more information into it. So I'm going to just make sure that these are the formula syntaxes are in there. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the formula syntax. So here we're going to have formula syntax, and I'm going to make sure that all this is also then sent over, right? So here are the formula syntaxes. And then we can go ahead and paste that. And then we can go ahead and let's see, what's the error? It's a bit long. Okay, so let's go ahead and make it a bit shorter. So let's go and get rid of this at the top, and then we can get rid of this at the bottom. Okay, that should be short enough. Perfect. So now we have that information now saved inside ChatGPT as well. And the whole idea now is that with ChatGPT as our assistants, right, to solve these problems, we can now go ahead and go into our formulas and try to improve them as we go. So we've done the pre-prompting, we've identified what can change, and now we know kind of what we might want to do with these formulas. So let's go ahead and let's take a look now. So I want to see all our different formulas, and I want to know what we can improve with them, right? So we have this formula, which is just a separator. I really want Notion to come up with a feature that basically just helps us like expand and like hide and show certain groups of properties. Like, alas, that's not happening anytime soon, but I really hope that will happen. I think they're working on it, but we really would want that, in my opinion, because I think that's just a really good feature to have. So we're going to go ahead and also I realized that I might want to change the bitrate of this. So let's see. So streaming, let's change to 4500. There we go. Yes. So let's go ahead and try to set up this. We're going to keep this for now. Do defer delegate. So basically we have this. Right now we have this formula that basically helps us understand like, hey, what should we do with this task if it is past. Actually, let me just show you how we can understand it. Help me understand this formula that was written in the old syntax and rewrite it to the new syntax. So we can go this way, and then we can go like this. Perfect. So it looks like it's a task management prioritization, right? So based on our type, due date, and impact, is a combination. So it explains the whole thing, which is really good, by the way. If you want to learn like from a template, for example, even ours, what something's trying to do, you can just spit it into ChatGPT, and it's going to give you an example here. And then what we want to do is we wanted to rewrite it to the new syntax. So actually, this is wrong. New syntax of Notion formulas 2.0 as provided above. So this is important, and let's regenerate this. Again, I'm just hoping to show you guys the whole process of how I would go through and work with ChatGPT on this, so you can see exactly how you can do it for yourself, right? So it's spitting out the information now. And then it's again explaining that the different conditions that we've set for this. So now it's going to give us the new formula syntax. Let's see if it all works. Okay, so the match is better. So it's a switch case. So we can go ahead here and then update this. Now we have, let's see, what's wrong with this? Match due date optional. So let's see what's wrong with here. And this is good because now we can also use ChatGPT to help us do error checking. Error. Let's see. Okay, so it's saying go back to if. Okay. But you see, like, it's super fun, like, to actually go through ChatGPT and like try to like understand it, or try to use it to help you understand the things that you're writing. So let's see. So let's go ahead and paste. Okay, perfect. Done. So now if I set a due date, let's say of the 9th, and then I have a due date, let's see, do it soon. And then if I have it late, let's say it's already late. Okay, it's between the impacts. So delegate it, do it soon, delegate it, okay. And then schedule for later is going to be if impacts and there's no due dates, I think. Okay, it's actually very interesting because then we can actually understand like if it understood me properly in terms of what it's supposed to do. So if the date between, so let's see actually. So if there's no due date, then it's going to show nothing. That makes sense. If there's an impact property greater than 2, we evaluate. And then the dates will change it. So for example, my impact is high, let's say, but then it's something that it's later on. So do it soon. But if it's like on the same day, what if it's a week in advance? Schedule for later. Cool. I like it. I like it. So this basically gives us that flexibility. I also might suggest that it applies on my due date as well. But anyway, for now, it's okay. Let's go to the next formula. So suggested area. Okay, so you see, this one is purely just showing information. So we're gonna have to grab that later and fix that. But if we keep going down, we have the reward property. Okay, let's improve this one for sure. So this one is just simply to show information. So I want to go ahead and use let instead of having each one add on top of each other, which is perfect. That's what I wanted to do. So we're going to go ahead and go back to here, and then we're going to paste out this. And then it says arrow is not defined. So arrow XP, so let's see. And then again, this is really good because we're training ChatGPT to help us with this, so that'll help us more in the future when we need it, right? So let's go ahead and go Notion formulas. So let's see what's going on. Why doesn't it support the let syntax? It does provide. So let's go ahead and read the formulas as well and see how to use it. So let's. Let's see how this works. It does work, so why does that not work here? Let's see. So it's giving us a bunch of Notion does support let, and then we can go here. Okay, let's see if it works better here. Now that we've given us specific information on exactly where it works. Okay, and then now we're going to go ahead and go here and then try to paste it in again. Arrow is not defined. Is it because I need to reference it in another formula? Let's see how this one works. So we have that property, edits. So we say let. Oh. But only we have to reference it inside there. Okay. So let's see. So I think the formatting just needs to be improved for this to work. Let's see. We want to go ahead with the proper indented structure. And then maybe that will work. Well, for this one, it's not super important to use let, but I wanted to kind of just show like how this would work in case I wanted to do it that way. There's other ones lets that are more important. It's still not defined. But I also want to understand this myself as well and see how we can get it to work. So let A be and then comma. I think we can only use lets Let's put S. Yeah, I think that's where they got confused. Okay, anyway, let's just go ahead and use a normal formula for this one, because this one doesn't matter too much. We can use a normal formula because we're just displaying information, and say, okay, done. So now we check it out. Well, actually, this is not right. So let's revert this. We still need to improve this. The original formula looked like this. So let's go back and see what that is all about. Okay, so there was less spaces. And then if I pasted the new one, let's see what happened. New one is here. Yeah, I just want this. Okay, perfect. So now it's giving us the same information, but it's better now. Percentage progress. I think this can be improved too. So basically every formula, I'm just gonna go in and then just see what I can do to improve it better. So let's go ahead and see that. Oh yeah, before all I had to do was let's, and I think that would have solved it. Oh, that's interesting. That's so funny. Okay, we can do that later. So improve this. Instead of so many nested let, you should use let's. It's curious, like it's giving me I'm not sure this is the way that I would solve it. So again, there's a certain way where you have to read the output here and then see like how exactly you would utilize it. Let me show you why this is wrong. I wouldn't use it this way. So let's go back into here and let's see. We have yeah. Oops, I didn't copy it. Okay. Why can't I copy it? Let's just do this, copy, and then paste. Yeah, I don't think that works at all, actually. But the reason is because I don't think it has this kind of nomenclature. So let's go let's. And then say the let's syntax is like this. And then we can see what that looks like. Interesting. Okay, so let's copy that and then let's see if this works. Still not pasting in, which is very interesting. I wonder why. So again, we're just trying to learn and see what will be different. So let's reload this and let's see what changes. So we go ahead and we want to expand this and then let's see what happened inside but there's so many other ones to do, honestly. So I would go back and do another one if I need to. Yeah, I'm not able to paste it. That's so weird. We don't need to use let's for this one. Let's just say that. Yeah, because it doesn't improve the formula here at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and just paste this. Perfect. So this is handling it. Okay, so the next formula we want to improve is this weighted average. So let's go ahead and calculate that. Also, I'm realizing now that I might want to, yeah, it's already looking so much cleaner. I'm actually really happy with it. This as well is giving me really good vibes. So I think that's really nice. But later on, we're going to get even more complicated. So let's see how we can keep going. So this weighted average, so we want to improve this one. So improve this, and then we can go ahead and see. So it also explains it, which is really good, right? For anybody who's trying to build their own formulas, you should try to use this to understand it better. So they're just creating a more readable format. So that's good. So basically it's saying if it's graded, then it gives me a score based on completing target number while taking account the student weightage. If not graded, return 0. Makes sense to me. So we go ahead and do that. Details. So this one is just purely showing information. And I want to for sure okay, so this is interesting. So this is a really important one. So this one is just details. So basically it's supposed to spit out a lot of information about everything. And we should by now already start, I guess, showing you why certain things are super complicated and how we can improve that. So the date to go is something that we did because we didn't want to repeat information across different formulas. But I'm curious if I can reference a let there. So how far does let get referenced? I think it's only referenced within the same page. So let's just go ahead and try. So let's just go ahead and try. Yeah. So improve this. Let's see what they would do. Yeah, it's so complicated. It took me so long to do this. So is goal. Oh, cool. So basically it separates the different use cases. Okay, so I don't want a. Okay, well, let's copy and paste it first and let's see what's happening. So let's. Okay, and then I want to fix these, and then instead of completed, because there's no completed anymore, so we just need to simply say status equals our prop status equals to complete. Perfect. It works. So all we have to do is just change the lets, and then it all worked. So I want to teach ChatGPT now, and then so tell them what actually worked. So what worked was this. So then it knows that let's works better. Perfect. Now we go with date details. And then I think the issue with this one was I wanted to add information of it, but I think the best thing to do is simply to, yeah, I don't think we need date details. I want to reduce the number of formulas if I can. So I want to show you here like what you can do to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead and just fix this one first. So improve this. And then now you see like it's so complicated, right? And now we want to just improve it quickly. We can save so much time. So the due date, closing date, days to end, and then it's just gonna basically help me clean up everything. Okay, so let's copy this code and then let's paste it in here. So it works perfectly now, because now again, ChatGPT gets better and better as you keep training it, right? So you don't have to worry so much about it. I really don't care about date details anymore. I'm just trying to remember why I needed it. I think it was because I wanted a specific property to show me when it closed and then how punctual it was. I guess what I could do is, because when I use date details, it's only when I needed to see the closing dates as well as the punctuality. So perhaps I can do it that if it's already handed in, I can show when it handed in plus the date detail. Okay, got it. So here, this is where I'm going to show you. I'm going to use ChatGPT to manipulate it, right? So I want one more additional implementation for this formula in the situation that, and I'm just going to hide this for now, in the situation that I want to, in a situation that I want to in a situation that a closing date exists, I want to append the following in the front of this formula. Let's see if that works. So it's showing me that I can append it if not empty closing date, and if there is a closing date, then it will show me something else. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's see if that works. So we go ahead and we say in the punctuality, I'm going to paste all of this. So I can delete this now, probably this old property. And then if I now have a closing date, let's say the closing date was September 29th, let's say, then it will say this and it'll say on time. Perfect. That works perfectly and very beautifully. So in case that the closing date was a bit earlier, then it's early one day. If it's a bit one day later, then you can see that we are late one day. That's beautiful. And you can see everything as nice and handled. Honestly, like we already have punctuality there. I'm trying to see if there's one more thing I can do here. How is it getting the late here? So if empty time impact goal false, how are we getting the late one day? So the late one day is coming from punctuality. Oh, well, technically then it's adding this to here. Okay, I see, that's why. But you see, so this is the interesting thing when you have two different formulas that are trying to show two different information. But like I was trying to save on the formula because I already have the complicated information here, so that it doesn't need to read that, right? But now this formula is getting super long. So I think what we want to do is we want to put it the other way around. Yeah, I want to reverse it so that at least this shows up here and then we can show it over there instead. Again, Notion should probably, give us a utility for this in the future, but for now, while they don't, we have to do our own workaround. So can we add closing date text to the end instead? And instead of the beginning. Yeah, so then now I'm even getting ChatGPT to help me with that as well. So it's just going to move it at the end. And then I just need to paste it in once I get it. Yeah, but this is actually very promising. I'm really happy with it in general. So let's go ahead and copy this, and let's just paste it into here. So now it's at the end. And then if there was no closing date, the whole thing would disappear. Perfect. No closing date, only disappears. There is a closing date. Let's say it's the 29th, and it shows on time. Perfect. I might also, instead of doing a dot, I might just do a bracket. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a bracket, and then we're going to do a bracket here. Oh. And then I'm going to do a closing bracket. Perfect. So now this is good. So it closed on time on this date. Perfect. I love it. Days to go. I used this specifically to kind of to have an easier formula that basically helped me sort by which ones had a day to go. I think that's still important, and I don't think this needs to change at all. Calculations, yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, good, perfect. We don't need roll-ups anymore because we can just grab information from the text itself, so we can reference the properties. So I want to just grab the information there. Yes, and then we can combine it. So perfect. So let's go ahead and talk about that now. This one's super important. So I think the easiest one to start off with is going to be the easiest one to start off with would be the upstream sum, because I was using this to grab information from there. And the best thing for me to do is upstream. Actually, did it already help me handle that? Because I want to grab the focus for these. And for this one, I wanted to grab the information. Okay, we got this. Let's figure this out. So let's go ahead and improve. Okay. So we're gonna go to Notion, the ChatGPT. We also want to, for the next formula, please take this into account. Okay, so now we have information there. And then we're going to say for this one, I want to handle this. So I want to grab the upstream area, handle this without needing an area rollup property. This one's hard because I'm self-referencing actually. Let's see. This is the example. That's not right. Okay, the related DB, it's itself, right? Also, I'm realizing all these formulas could have also been improved with the ifs. Let's see. How does if work? Let's see. If okay, wait. Let me go ahead and improve those first, because that's annoying me a bit. Students, we have used the ifs syntax here. Okay, wait, this is not easier to read and understand. Interesting. Like it's not perfect. I mean, we never expected it to be, but like it's very interesting that like they decided that that was the best way to do it. How about this? Let's see. Because I don't think they actually are understanding the ifs properly either. Because if true one, true two, three, like it's giving like this should be much easier. Well, there are nested ones, which makes sense as well. Okay. Can we use ifs for this? Let's see how that one works. Okay, this is getting better. So the ifs basically control all these. Let's see. Nope, join isn't working. I want to go back here then. Let's just figure this out. So related DB. So we go ahead and yeah, let's see what this works. So the area suggested. The idea I have here is that I don't need to let's call this one this property. So success plan. How do we get to related DB? Interesting. So let's go ahead and see. So reference prop task.map. I think this works the other way, no? Okay, let's say I want to recursively go to myself. So let's see. So this is pre-4. So if area exists, so I'm looking at area. So if area exists, then I want to grab the area. Otherwise, I want to go to the previous pages, areas, roll up, which I don't need anymore because I can just go through the success plan instead. So what I actually want to do is I want to go ahead and, okay, we got this. So we want to join something, yeah, whatever. When I map something, and I think what I can do here, so you see, I'm actually just fine-tuning it now, even without ChatGPT, because sometimes it's good for you to understand it yourself as well. So dot prop task dot map dot filter is done. This is such an amazing formula because now we can save so many different things. Like we can go into a related database without having, and also filtering out stuff without having to do 3 different oh my gosh, that's actually so good. I might spend more time on this. This is amazing, like for the gamification side of things as well. Anyway, so let me just try to learn this. So we have I don't need to map it, do I? Well, there could be multiple of them. That was the issue. Okay, let's just go grab it first. So let's go into my what's current? Okay, I'm not sure at all what that's supposed to do. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and just start working on it. So let's see if ChatGPT did help. So for this property, for this formula, what we want to do is, and I'm just gonna paste it here, to look for a property area if it exists, then to display the area. Otherwise, if it doesn't exist, we want to use the property Upstream to look for the area property in that database and show the information there and display the area. Let's see if that works. So the idea of this one was like, if I have an area already defined at the top level, then I want to ensure that I'm able to grab that information later on. Okay, so let's see. So this is here. Cannot access the property of non-block. What does that mean? Okay, let's say it was an area. Let's say it was suggested. Now I want to get its own thing again. So right now, upstream.area is not working, but I need upstream dots. Oh, we're close. We're so close. Actually, what's even better is if I can just grab it from the area and value. If I can do that, then everything can just roll down. So I can save time. Yeah, that's super important. Okay, I think if area slash value exists, I'll show you what this all means in a second. But so if there's area or slash value, then I'm going to go ahead and do area slash value. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to Otherwise, I would go to Upstream because I already have this information now in this data, in this page. All I need to do is go for upstream dot area suggested. And I don't think that's how you do it. So let's see. Prop task dot map current dot prop. How's current work? What is current? Okay, we're almost there. Let's figure this out. So current. I think the issue right now is I need to be able to define your rollup variable as a variable. So I have a property task, which I can dot map. Okay, what happens if I do a dot map? So I have an upstream already, and then let's go dot map. Yeah, what happens now? Dot map. Ah, current. There we go. Current, and then we want to go ahead and say dot area suggested. Prop area dot suggested. We're very close. We just got to figure out this one. Current dot prop open bracket close bracket. Let's see. Okay, there. Area. Oops. How did that happen? Okay. Let's see. Area suggested. Yikes. Why is it doing that? Current dot prop. You see that? That's so weird. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, finally. Okay, so we got that. So upstream.map currents.area suggested. And then I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to use that as the base to grab this. So continue this. Okay. Okay, and then the map stats area suggested property. Then we use join. I don't want a comma separated string. I just want to find the first one for both area slash value. Okay, perfect. Let's see if this works. So I got ChatGPT to write the rest of it. Okay, this formula references itself. I know, that was the idea. But if it doesn't work, then I just need to go and reference the areas evaluated instead. Um, okay, I understand. So what I need to do then is I need to go ahead and well, no, that was the value of this, right? Like if I can actually split it up so it can only reference itself, then I can save a lot of roll-ups. Because I have two areas suggested now. I have one up here, suggested area. And I wanted to save on that. Let me think about this for a second. I wanted area to be I wanted area to be tied to everything, because ultimately I just want at the top for me to say, hey, this is one area that this should belong in, and everything downstream should just automatically be connected to this one area. And it should be automatic. The issue is that it wasn't automatic, and I did not like that. So the best thing for this is to be a formula that reads from my highest level of upstream area. The only way for me to do that is to make sure that there is an area property. So at least I can read from that area. So I need to be reading from the suggested area, I think. Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because I also think like it's there's other things to do, but I want to at least do we can at least get rid of this area rollup. Like that's for certain. This area rollup can be deleted, but I want this to work. So I guess we can't grab that, but what we can grab is our prop suggested area. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and just put that here so it's not circular. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. What is wrong here? Okay, so now we have this. And then it's saying expected token, so you can see ChatGPT is really helpful in just like helping you yeah, just handle it. Okay, so something's wrong here. Area suggested. There is something wrong here. Okay, wait, let's first handle each thing step by step. So I think I can get rid of the area as well, because the suggested area can eventually become the area. So what I want to do first is I want to make sure that if, let's say I did have an area at some upstream, let's say it was a career, for example, does this work even? So let's go ahead and see the area suggested. Let's just call this one the area calculation. And what we're gonna do is, yeah, let's just start simple. Let's start simple. So let's restart. I want a formula that checks for area /value and if there is one, show the first one. Okay, so that's the beginning. Okay, otherwise no area found. It's okay. So what's happening here? We have area population, no area found. I am missing the expected token still. Why? I am expected token is here. I don't think it's text. Yeah, okay, it's not working. Okay, well, anyway, let's just show the area value first. Area value. If this exists, why is this so complicated? If there is an area value, then show it, right? Isn't that it? How does it work? If false. Oh, okay. Then we do this. Otherwise, we show nothing. Do this. Okay, cool. So now we have career, and that will link there. That's okay. I don't mind it. But the idea is that if I added another page, let's say, and sharing as well, I only want to show the first one. So let me show that. So this is my formula. This is my output. This is my output. I only want to show the first one. Let's see. Okay, so let's see if this works. I don't think split works in here. So let's see. Yeah, split doesn't work. I get an unexpected token. I don't think slice works either. Let's see. Index of is not defined. Okay, let's see how Notion syntax is telling me to do this. I want to get the first item. Maybe I can use first or last. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just use this. That's what I had before. Okay, so replace all, and then instead of no area found, I want to use this. So let's see. Perfect. So now we have career as our first one. So if sharing was our first one, instead of show sharing. That's great. So we have area calculation. Great. Now we want to do more with it. We want to now, so my suggested area will show my area calculation. So my suggested area will show my area calculation, which is the best thing for me because okay, let's call it area 2 because I'm actually going to replace the other area later. So area 2 is based on this. So we have a career area, or it doesn't matter, it's a piece of this. And then what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and say that because the downstream item, actually the best thing for me to do right now is just remove all this and then go to this project as an example. And then Here I will have here I will have an area because I want to show that it works. Here I'll have an area, and let's say I have an area for knowledge. It's fine. So then now I would automatically have an area for knowledge here. And then the idea is that downstream of that, which is this item, we will automatically have an upstream for the area as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We have here, we're going to go ahead and grab that information. So I need to go ahead and grab that. So now we have this. And I think actually this is very similar to what we had earlier. This works. Now let's add a new condition. Let's add a new condition. Instead of no area found, we go and find this instead. So to look for area 2. Okay, let's not use slice and instead use the replace all there. Perfect. So let's go ahead and do that. So perfect. So we got knowledge from there. And just in case if this didn't work, so let's say I went and I grabbed actually I don't even need that. I can just go grab, well, I mean, okay, this is only one. This is only one level down. Yeah, okay, there's only one level down. So if I had additional ones, it wouldn't matter because one level, because that's handled. Actually, we don't need to even do the replace. That's just in case, but like it doesn't even need the replace. Perfect. So let's do a hypothetical in the case that like there's like 2 levels down. What happens? So for example, let's say this wasn't it. So I took off knowledge. Then this will also have no knowledge. There'll be no area found. No area. So let's just use that. That's no area. And instead, now what I want to try is if I had a upstream. So I'm going to go and just create some random upstream. So random page. And what we're going to do here is in this random page, we're going to go ahead and add a area and value. So let's say career, then everything immediately should populate with career. Beautiful, it works. Oh my gosh, okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get rid of this area property in favor of this property here, or instead of getting rid of it, so to speak, I might just instead just edit this property to become a formula. Again, the reason why this is important because this will essentially just streamline everything. So I'm going to delete this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the area calculation is reading off of area, the original area. So I need to redo it. So prop area. Does it work like that? No, I need to do it. It's a prop area. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, wait. Let's just do this on the notepad or something. So here, so go ahead and grab this and set area 2. So I'm gonna do area. Perfect. There we go, done. So everything should be properly balanced. And now we have this random page. So if it was in career, then this will be career, and we do everything downstream will work. Beautiful, finally. That's great. So now the next thing we want to do here is I've realized when we were working on it earlier is a lot of these are actually going to be like, so I had this issue earlier when I was connecting them all to different databases. Like it was really hard for me to figure out what needed to be grabbed. But now that I have this formula system, I can actually simplify my gamification system a lot as well, which is going to be pretty amazing. I'm going to be pretty excited by that. So let's go ahead and just keep working on this first. So time block is categorization. Area is no area found. Let's just move this up here. So there's an area, then we have type, subtype, okay, my area, time block. So I think that needs to be prioritized. Yeah. And then what we can do here is we can keep cleaning this up. So we have that. That's good. That's good. Days to go. Again, it's a important one. Calculations is here. Target border. I don't think we need target border. Okay, fine. Let's do it for now. Okay, upstream. So this one can definitely be improved, I think. So yeah, let's just improve this. So improve this formula. And you see we can get faster and faster as well as we keep going. So this is pretty good. So use just let's instead. Why is it master tracker values? So instead of masters and trackers, I want this to be resources. Okay, so we can have resources there. So instead, let's say, so let's see how this works. So we have resources string, upstream string, and then we can just grab that. Cool. I think that works. Okay, so then now we have upstream much easier to handle. So basically I wanted to say like, okay, if it was either a resource or an upstream, I would be able to see what it actually linked to. Yeah, I think that's fine. Researches projects only. So I'm going to rename these as well. So they say recurring tasks. I'm probably going to remove recurring requests as well with the new update. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and just rename these to the here's just for goals, researches for projects. This is why I was thinking of also like splitting up the databases because there are some specific properties. But I realized that because everything else is the same, it's better to still keep the same database. That's what I found. Okay, so we definitely don't need rollups here. So this is great. So this is the thing. So let's see if I can go from the beginning there. So resources are upstream. So improve this. I want to get rid of the rollups. Instead, you can use upstream and the success plan. This is resources. So resources to find the focus property. Let's see. So I don't need SP focus, SA focus. I think I can simplify it here because I know what I need to do. So I just need focus. Is it focus question mark or is it just focus? Yeah, just focus. So focus, I just need focus, not this one at all. Upstream focus. And this is just focus. And then I don't need, yeah, it just needs to be upstream focus. I think that's it. So we can save on all these rollups now. If we just do this. Cannot find focus. Let's see. Resources map. Okay, let's see what's wrong with it. So in my property upstream, is there even something called focus? Yes. Perfect. So now I can get rid of both of them. Upstream. So we can just call this one upstream some focus. I think that's fine. And then we can just delete these rollups. So again, we're simplifying our database so much already. I'm so happy. So we're first seeing like what is the upstream, and then we're going to see what is the focus. Yeah, so this is success plan upstream, success plan downstream. Yeah, this might have a better way to do it as well. But I wanted to link the task database over to the resources as well. So potentially there could be an upstream there. That's why I did it that way. Yeah. But these are all technically just related. So this doesn't belong here actually. And recurring tasks can be deleted as well. But I think resources should be up here. And then we say this upstream success plan. And then this can be called upstream resources. Upstream resources. And then downstream success plan. I think maybe I can do something like this. It's easier to read. Upstream success plan and then downstream resources. Upstream resources, upstream success plan, and then we can just call this one pure upstream, I think. Yeah, upstream focus. There we go. And then we can add this. We can rename this property too. And so upstream sum, we can just call it upstream. Nice. This simplifies a lot actually. And then we can say downstream success plan in case there's something else in the future. Okay, perfect. And then I think now we need to better label all these because it's not just yeah, so time, Pomodoro. So this time in Pomodoros. I'm also going to rename fears research. And then recurring tasks. I'm actually just going to delete this completely because I don't think we're going to do this at all anymore. So delete both of them. And then what we're going to do now is we have weightage and weighted average. Let's call this one weightage. And then we have this one is a weighted average. Okay, yeah, I'll work on that later. I think that's information that we need to add. But these are all calculations. So we have upstream. So upstream status also doesn't need to be done anymore. So we can just do this. Upstream status is this upstream success plan. Is there even inside my upstream resources? Is there even a property? So for example, I'm going to go ahead and just go to, I don't know, manage community. I want to see if there is even there's a status. There's a status. So I want to see if it's fleshed out or not. But why does it matter? Upstream status, ready to start. I think we just need to have, like, basically if it upstream is not complete yet, right? That's what I'm just trying to show. In that case, all I need to do is just really show this, right? Show unique values. That's upstream progress. Oh, wait, this is upstream progress. Yeah, upstream status should be just show original. So then I'm seeing only the upstream. If it's in focus, is it the status, is it complete or not? So then it lets me know that if this should be complete or not. Upstream progress, I think it just needs to be improved. Okay, so improve this. So improve this. Now we're improving this property. Okay, so there is no upstream master. It's upstream resources instead now. Let's see. Whoops, this is not it. Upstream resources instead of master. But what was the point of the upstream status? Can you explain this formula? I think the idea was just simply like, if it doesn't have upstream, then it should say hobby detected. And then the idea I think previously was to show, yeah, to show like a progress bar. I think the simpler thing to do is just to show. I really like having a progress bar show me before and after. So let me undo that. No. Oh, I can't. I like having a progress bar show me upstream and downstream, to be honest. But you see, again, here, like, it's super interesting. We have opportunities to improve this so much. Even base gold I can grab from elsewhere. That's so cool. Oh, the badges are also going to be improved so much. Oh my gosh. There's actually so many amazing things that we can do with this formula. I think we're going to be here. Yeah, thankfully we have some time to work on this, so we can go ahead and work more on this. But anyway, upstream subtype. I don't know if we need this. Downstream average. I don't know if we need that as well. So all these I'm hoping to delete. So let me just think about this for a second, how to delete these. So we had upstream subtype because we wanted to see because this subtype is not existing. No, I think we don't need upstream subtype. Because ultimately the subtype is already here. Yeah, the subtype is already here. So what we want to do is just delete the upstream subtype. I don't think we need that. Upstream progress, I'm really just finding a blank in how to use this. Other than just, hey, it's hobby detected, or it's, you know, ready to start or whatever. Okay, so I think upstream master here is resources. Okay, so done. Okay, so let's just improve this. Excuse me, improve this formula. Let's go. So let's go ahead and improve this. So let's go ahead and just do this. I think this is the same. So type is not a goal. It doesn't have any upstream resources. Therefore, I'm showing upstream status. No, it does have upstream. This is wrong. This one was wrong. I think this one was wrong. And then it's, yeah, it's giving me a response that's better. Okay, if any of them, it doesn't exist. Actually, maybe this works. Let's see. No, it should be showing well, why do I need a join map? Why can't I just show this? Okay, I'm gonna just see. I'm curious. So I'd rather just show this information. let's see. So there should be a comma at the end of it. So comma. What's wrong with my upstream resources? Let's see. This is definitely it though. So upstream resources. Okay. End of input expected. I streamlined it. What is wrong here? Let's see. Okay, let's see what's wrong here now. Okay, so it works. Well, kind of. So I'm not a goal. I have something in upstream success plan. Therefore, I should be showing upstream status. So upstream status is not displaying. It's because it's a list, maybe? Okay, well, I mean, if there was nothing upstream, for example. So if there was nothing upstream, then it would show, it should show upstream progress is hobby detected. Something very wrong here. What's going on? Let's see. I want to see that the original one was here. So let's go back to original. So original is here. So it shows ready to start. If I didn't have any upstream, it would show hobby detected. Makes perfect sense. And if I had multiple ones, so let's say I had multiple, I don't know, interactive learning system, then it will show ready to start in progress, which isn't bad, but I want to display it better. So this is what this is for. I see. So join map format is going to give me this information. But is there a better way? Can I not just show this? So if I just did, what if I just did this and then I took away all these things? Yeah, this works too, right? Even better, actually. Okay, great. So now this is the formula I want. I want to know okay, and then the next thing I want to do is, because I don't need to go into here to get the upstream status, I can just specifically go into the upstream to get the status. I think the problem before was that I had multiple upstream statuses. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this. Okay, yeah, we can save on stuff here. Oh, it's so exciting, actually. There's so much to save on. Okay. Let's restart. Here's the formula. I want, instead of finding a property for upstream status, which is a rollup, I want you to go into the upstream properties, which are relations, and find the status property and show that. Oh, okay, let's see. Interesting. But there's no status there for the first empty. We can just check if there is upstream success plan. No need to check the status. I think we can, there you go. So we check those and then we give that. Perfect. So this should just work first, and then I'm gonna add one more condition after. So perfect, beautiful. Now I also want to get the resources status. So this works. In the join, can you also, in the outputs, can you also include status from resources? So you see, you can even talk in the plain text, and you can already get a lot of information from it as well. And then we're combining their inputs. Okay, and then we can add one more thing. You don't need to add any prefix. Just spit them all out. There may not be always both, so the comma should be conditional. So then I'm basically making it so that there's not always going to be double commas. So, oh my God, there's so much. Yeah, I mean, this works. It's fine, this works. So let's go ahead and paste it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and so let's go ahead and paste this. Oh, there's still a problem. Let me just grab this one first. I think this one had no problem. Yeah, okay. So it's giving me that comma, which is because it doesn't know if there's going to be the it's going to be resources, which I already know there isn't, so I don't need to get rid of that. So perfect. So for example, now if I have an upstream for a success plan, it will show me all the related things about that. If I have resources instead, then it'll show me the related progress for that as well. So that's perfect. The idea I hope that I've communicated with you guys is you can actually use ChatGPT to help you solve a lot of problems, especially when you're trying to deal with something like this. And hopefully with this, you get to understand the formulas that you're working with better, right? You get to actually appreciate the different ways that you can use the formulas and succeed with them, I think, fundamentally in a way. So I will get back to you guys on, you know, in the next updates, all the different improvements that we've made with the system, especially in regards to this. But specifically, I'm also going to go into the gamification formulas. Well, Yeah, I'm also going to go to the gamification formulas with like a part two of this so that you guys can see exactly how we are not only revamping the success plan formulas, but also we're going to revamp the leaderboard formulas as well, and just other formulas that we're going to come across as we keep on going through the system. So I think that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for joining us and watching our live stream. Hopefully you learned something important here.